please introduce yourself?
My name is Natalie Griffith.
Okay. And Natalie, how old are you?
I am 16 years old.
Okay. Where do you go to school?
I go to school at Apache High School.
Okay. I want to take your attention back to last year, 2024. What grade were you in?
I was a freshman.
Okay. And for second period that year, who did you have for second period?
I had Miss Ryan, my algebra teacher.
Okay. And so it was algebra?
Yeah.
Okay. We're going to put up a seating chart. I want to take your attention to September 4th. Did y'all have new seats that day?
Yes.
Okay. And there's a circle on that seating chart. Is that where you were sitting on
Yes.
that day?
Yes.
Okay. And what were y'all doing that morning in that class? Do you remember?
I can remember what happened right before.
You don't remember?
I can,
Okay.
to the best of my abilities. I'm pretty sure Miss Ryan was teaching us some stuff, and we were about to group off into groups so that we could practice the content on our own and with each other. And then she was most likely going to then have us come back together to, check our work and stuff.
Okay.
And as she was giving the instructions, we heard a bang
Where did you hear the bang coming from?
outside,
Okay.
outside the door, around.
Okay. What did you do when you heard that bang?
I was crocheting. I stood up.
I'm sorry, you were what?
Crocheting.
Crocheting?
Yeah, I
Okay.
do it to give my hands something to do.
Okay.
I stood up.
You stood up?
Yeah,
Did you look towards the door?
I think I did.
Did you see anybody at the door?
No, it happened really fast. I didn't really process what was happening.
Okay. What happened?
It happened really quickly. I'm pretty sure there were gunshots, but the thing is, my brain didn't process any of the sounds that were coming into my ears. Next, what's called my hand all of a sudden felt weird, and I heard a ringing in my ear, and I looked down, and there was blood and seemingly a hole in my wrist. And around right up here, it was hurting.
You said that you're speaking softly, so I'm just going to repeat a little bit. You said you felt a tingling in your arm, or
it was painful, but it felt weird.
Okay. And which arm was this? Which arm was
my
it?
left.
Okay. That's the first thing you remember was the pain in your arm, that weird feeling?
Yes, it was painful, but it was also an absence of feeling.
Mm-hmm.
Like something almost frozen off, but not cold.
Okay. And what happened after that?
Afterwards, I started to scream. I was screaming that I got shot. I got shot. I was yelling that I was
When
getting
did
shot.
you first know that you got shot?
When I looked down at my wrist and I saw it.
What did you see?
It was very blurry because it was very quick.
Mm-hmm.
I think I was subconsciously trying to not. Once I registered that it was blood and what exactly it was, my brain kind of blocked it out.
Okay.
And I knew what it was. It was a hole.
There was a hole?
Right.
Where in your arm was the hole? Okay. So kind of the wrist and towards your elbow?
Yes, and then I didn't know this at the time, but I had also had another one up on around my shoulder.
Mm-hmm. So you were shot more than once?
Yes, seemingly twice.
Twice?
Yes.
Okay. So you've now noticed you've been shot, and I think you said you were screaming?
Yes.
What were you screaming?
I got shot. I'm a kid and I got shot.
Okay. And what happened at that point?
It was very quick. I think I fell over, or Miss Ryan was telling us to get down.
Mm-hmm.
I can't remember anything that anyone really said. I might have blacked out for a moment, but at some point I was on the floor and I was laying down.
Okay. Where about in the room were you on the floor laying down?
On the side of the wall.
Okay. Was anyone with you?
Yes.
Who was with you?
Miss Ryan.
Okay. And what was she doing?
She was holding my hand. I'm pretty sure she made a tourniquet. I wasn't really looking because I was trying to not see it.
Mm-hmm.
I think she was making a tourniquet, or she was covering my hand so that I wouldn't see it. Could you repeat the question?
That's fine. So you're laying there by the wall, and Miss Ryan's with you.
Yeah.
Do you move away from that wall before anyone, like medical people, get there?
No, I couldn't get up.
Okay. Did you see
I blacked
anything
out
else
for a
that
bit.
was happening around the room while you laid there?
Yes, but also no. I was kind
What do
of...
you remember?
I remember afterwards when things settled down,
Mm-hmm.
I was looking around the room. I saw the plushie that I would use, what's it called as, like a fidget toy,
Mm-hmm.
across the room, and it was laying down and there was a splatter of blood on it.
A fidget toy?
Yeah, I saw I saw Coach Edwards and I think Tyler, I'm not sure. They were barricading the door, moving desks and chairs in front of it.
Okay.
And I remember when the police got in.
Okay.
I heard a bang. They were banging on it, and then finally they got in.
Okay. How long was it before the police came in?
I can't tell you.
Okay.
It was like time stopped.
Okay.
Everything was moving very quickly and slowly.
Quickly and slowly?
Time was seemingly moving quickly, but to me it was very slow.
Okay. So the police come in. What do they do?
They looked around. At that point, I kind of went off on my own.
Do you mean
And
physically or
mentally.
Mentally.
And the next thing I know, they were picking me up by my arms and legs, and they were taking me out and putting me on a stretcher.
Okay. Did they say anything to you while they were doing this?
Yes.
What kind of things were they saying?
I can't remember.
Okay. Were you saying anything to them?
Yes.
What were you saying to them?
Mainly sarcastic things. I was trying to distract myself.
What type of things were you saying?
I remember my Crocs. They were starting to slip off,
Mm-hmm.
and I asked one of them to try and push them back on, but I didn't communicate that correctly, and so I instead ended with them like thinking I wanted them to take them off, so they were thrown across the room, and I thought I would never see them again.
They took your Crocs off?
Yes.
Okay. Were you worried about anything while
Yes.
they were dealing? What kind of things were you worried about?
My friend Lorelai, she was only her class was only around the corner, and I was worried
Okay.
that her class had also gotten shot, and I was also worried that I was going to die and how that would affect my parents
Okay.
because my dad has a heart problem.
Okay. Did they put any sort of what did they do to treat you there at the school?
They put a tourniquet on me. I know they gave me pain medicine. They talked to me. The paramedic that was with me, they talked to me, and it helped me. It helped distract me.
Okay. How did you leave the school?
By an ambulance.
Okay. As you were leaving the school, did you see anything?
Leaving the school,
Mm-hmm.
not the
Being
building.
taken out of the building.
Taken out of the building. Yes, I saw Cole Gray. He was on the floor with his hands behind his back.
Had you ever seen him before?
No,
Okay. Did you know who he was?
no.
Okay.
I remember thinking.
What did you think when you saw him?
I saw red. I was very mad. I hadn't even processed it as a kid when I thought about who would do this. I was thinking maybe an angry parent, some kind of alumni that had a bad experience at the high school, terrorist attacks, anything. I did not think another student that had no reason to be in my school with a gun.
Did you
would have
say
been
anything to him when you passed him?
Yes.
What did you say to him?
Am I allowed to say that? And
Yes, ma'am.
you fucking asshole! I swear. I'm pretty sure I said I swear I'm gonna fucking kill you. I said a lot of curse words, and I was very angry, especially at the time, because I thought that they were going to have to amputate my It was with my
upset?
hand.
Okay.
Yeah.
So they take you outside.
And I
Is the
remember
ambulance-
yelling at him that we were kids.
Okay.
Because we were kids.
When they take you outside, was the ambulance close to the building?
Yes.
Okay. And they put you in the ambulance. Was anyone else in the ambulance?
For a bit, yeah, because they moved me to a different ambulance, yes.
Okay. Who was in the ambulance with you?
Taylor.
Okay. Taylor Jones?
Yes.
Okay. At some point, where does the ambulance take you? Tell me about your trip in the ambulance.
The first one I was in for a bit, they did leave me alone.
Mm-hmm.
I'm pretty sure to help take care of Taylor and the others.
Okay.
I remember they asked me who the girl who was in the ambulance with me was,
Mm-hmm.
and the only description they gave me was that she was blonde, and so I thought she was another one of our classmates, Jalen.
Jalen. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you gave them the wrong name?
Huh? Yes, I did give the wrong name. And so at the end, I remember I was kind of fidgeting with my own brain.
Okay. How long did it take you to get to the hospital?
I'm not really sure. It felt like forever.
And what hospital did you go to? Do you know?
Northeast Georgia and Gainesville. I'm sorry.
That's fine. What happened? Do you remember being at the hospital? What happened
Yes.
when you arrived?
At first, when I got there, they took me out of the ambulance with the stretcher that was with my head, like going outwards, so it was my head first. They took me to an ER, and I remember they were assessing me. There was there was a chaplain there, and she said how she was a chaplain and how she was pretty much there to act as like my semi-guardian while my parents were there.
Had your parents arrived yet? Do you know?
No, I'm not sure. My parents had been informed yet. I don't really know, but they weren't there, at least while I was conscious.
Okay. Did you have any surgeries?
Yes.
Okay. And how long were you in the hospital after the surgery?
About a week.
About a week. And do you know what types of surgery you had?
I don't know the exact names of them, but I do know what happened, and I semi know what happened with them. Them.
Did the doctors kind of explain to you what they were doing?
Yes.
What did they explain to you?
On September 4th, they didn't explain what they were going to do or what they were doing. I didn't meet the doctor that operated on me until afterwards.
Okay. And what did he tell you he had done?
I can't really remember the exact medical terms. I know they had
I don't
tried
need medical
some
terms,
knives,
just
but
I need teenager terms.
they had.
What was your
placed-
understanding of what they had done to you?
They had taken some cadaver nerves out of someone else and given me and grafted them onto mine because I had a big because my nerves were severed.
Okay.
The one that was in around my wrist, and also we didn't figure this out until a couple months later, but also one up my median nerve, I think is it's called, up around my shoulder was also.
Okay. You said you were
They
in the
closed it and they fixed it.
You said you were in the hospital for a week after that surgery. Did you have other surgeries during that week?
No.
Okay. When you came, did you come home after that?
Yes.
When you were home, was there any issues with your arm? How did your arm feel? How were you able to use your arm?
I couldn't, and I didn't feel it.
Okay. Were you in a cast?
No, because they had to. I had gauze and stuff, and it had to be changed out every day. So I wasn't ever in a cast. I was in a brace/splint,
Okay.
and they'd have to unwrap it daily, so that way.
Were you able to use your hand?
No.
Okay.
It was after the surgery. I had to look at my arm just to know that it was attached to my body.
I was about to ask, could you feel your arm?
No. It wasn't. For a bit, I had trouble because I couldn't even let it hang down.
Mm-hmm.
I had to carry it, and I would have trouble doing that for a bit. At some point, I got used to it because it felt like a dead limb.
Okay. Were you able to go back to school during this time? Right after you got out of the hospital?
No, and the schools weren't open yet.
Okay. Did you ever have to go back for a follow-up surgery?
Yes.
How long after you came home from the first one did you go back to the follow-up?
My second surgery was on September 2nd, 2025.
So a year later.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
They wanted me to heal as much as I could by myself before they went in, and they did anything else, because if I could heal by myself, they didn't want to put me through the...
Okay. Well, then let's go back a little bit then. During that year, did it start getting better, your use of the arm and the feeling in your arm?
Yes.
Okay. Tell me about that. Tell me about that.
So for, I want to say maybe 2 or 3 months, I couldn't really do anything with my hand. I had to have to use my mouth as like a second hand.
You used your mouth as a second hand? Okay.
Yeah. I can't tell you exactly how many months from the shooting it had been till I was able to move I could semi-move my fingers afterwards, but it didn't feel like it. Like my brain was sending the signals to my hand, and they were receiving them, but I couldn't really tell. It felt like they weren't moving. Okay. And it wasn't until I look at it and I'd see that it was moving that I knew, like, oh, that is working.
Were you doing physical therapy at this time?
Yes.
What kind of things were you doing for physical therapy?
It was a lot of stretches in the beginning. I couldn't physically move my hand. I couldn't move my wrist until maybe 6 months, maybe. I'm not sure. That's probably not the correct time span. I couldn't move move my wrist at all by myself. By myself, moving it up or down.
Okay. And so at some point you went and had this second surgery in September 2025.
Yes.
What were they telling you they were going to do?
They took sural nerve from my left calf, a sensory nerve that I didn't really need, and they mixed it in with with the cadaver nerve nerve graft they had given me on September 4th, because since it's sural nerve, it's on foreign DNA. Okay. And so my body was less prone to reject it.
Since it was yours, it was. Okay.
Yes, because I'm the cadaver nerve.
How long did you stay in the hospital after that surgery?
I left the day of.
Day of. Okay.
Yes.
Since that time, have you noticed a difference? Has it been getting better?
Yes and no.
Okay, well, tell me about the yes first.
I'm using my hand more. Even if you see now, I'm actually fidgeting with my hand. Okay. Before, it would just kind of sit off to the side, or I'd sit it in my lap and only use my right hand. Okay. I'm able to use it more now.
Can you feel better?
But also,
Can you feel your fingers better than you did before the surgery?
I want to say yes. It hasn't been long enough really to see any effects. The main thing that I noticed after the surgery now is it's now fully healed, because after the surgery it was a lot of waiting, just for it to close up and me to get back to what I was doing before I had it. Okay. And then I want to say I use my hand more now. Okay.
And you also said no, it's not better in some ways. What was that?
Just that I can't see. Like how people's their faces change a lot over time, but you don't really notice that change in your face, but everyone else will. Okay. Just because I'm living with it every single day. I don't really notice because it's gradual and small over time.
Today, are there limitations of what you can do with that
Yes.
hand? And what are those limitations?
I can't text. I can't move my thumb outwards, which you use a lot.
Opposable thumbs are important.
Yeah, I don't have an opposable thumb. My thumb can go like that. I don't have complete independent finger function. Mm-hmm. If you see, I can't move my fingers.
So you can't move one at a time?
Yeah, they can't. They can move together, but which makes doing a lot of fine motor tasks extremely hard. I can't tie my shoes.
How
stuff
about
like that.
Pain? Is there any pain today?
Today, no. It was after the shooting, I had a lot of pain, and it slowly quieted over time when I do have it. It's not constant and consistent. It's like sharp and like sporadic. Like, I'm trying to think of an analogy, but I can't find one. Just, it happens sporadic and randomly sharp pains in my wrist, my thumb, and stuff like a needle coming out of my skin.
Okay. So Natalie, we talked a lot about your physical limitations and healing. What about your emotions? What were they like directly after? Did you have some emotional issues after this?
I'd like to say yeah.
I'm sorry.
I'd like to say yes.
In what way?
Afterwards, I couldn't place where my emotions were. If you told me how I was feeling, I would say I was okay or I'm fine, because I couldn't find the correct adjective to use.
Okay.
I guess now I would use the word distraught, dazed.
Okay.
I couldn't. I had PTSD afterwards. Even now, my brain now goes to worse possibilities, and just everyday things. Driving, I think someone could crash into our car right now, send us flying off the road, and we could all die. When someone knocks on the door in my classroom, I think, do they have a gun? Before I think, oh, it's Alex coming back from the bathroom. I'm just using a random name.
We talked about you doing physical therapy for your physical limitations. Are you doing counseling for your emotional issues?
Yes.
Okay. And how's that going?
It's going good. I haven't had any in about 2 months, but that's just that's just personal stuff with scheduling. But I'm going to be back in counseling soon.
Okay.
And I was in therapy before the shooting as well.
Okay. So Natalie, I don't have any more questions for you, but the defense may have some. Thank you very much.
Mm-hmm.
Cross. No question, John. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. You're good to go.